Hi, my name is Siti Irdina Batrisyia and I'm the representative of Yellow House. The reason why I met you today is to persuade you to donate to our organization so that we can reduce the number of homeless people in Malaysia. Let's say you are a foreign tourist who came to Malaysia to enjoy the beautiful scenery you have always heard about, but the first thing you see when you arrive is people sleeping alongside the road. What an awful sight, isn't it? I have been in this situation before. It didn't happen abroad, but it did happen in Malaysia when my family and I went on a staycation in Kuala Lumpur during my senior year of high school. I was astounded to see so many people sleeping alongside the roads, in a narrow back alley and even under the bridge. It is, without a doubt, an eyesore. I felt embarrassed just imagining what a foreign tourist would say about our country if they saw this. So today, I would like to talk to you about the increasing amount of homelessness during this pandemic, how they can change their homeless status, and how your donation benefits both the homeless and our country. I will start by explaining why there has been an increase in homelessness during this pandemic. The amount of homelessness in Malaysia had always been devastating, but it became even worse after the pandemic. More people are losing their jobs, losing their income, and end up becoming homeless. This all occurred during the MCO announcement. When our Minister of Defense announced the MCO in 2020, many employees were forced to resign because their employers could no longer afford to pay them. This occurred in one of Malaysia's major airline companies, AirAsia. Due to the reduction in operations, they were forced to terminate the service of their cabin crew. Aside from that, despite their growing presence, this group has received insufficient attention. Although there has been a lot of government initiative, it is not enough to help every single person who has been affected by this pandemic. If what I just said wasn't true, then tell me why there are still people sleeping alongside the roads, and why are there still people begging for money from strangers? So the question is, how can they change their homeless status from our project? Now, let me tell you something. From this project, we will give them the opportunity to re-enter the workforce. Small jobs under this project engage them in meaningful activity that helps them build resilience, confidence, dignity, and independence, while also providing much-needed financial support. There are many people who became homeless due to unemployment, but that doesn't mean they don't have any talents or skills to contribute to the community. Some of them may have prior experience in the woodworking, electrical, or plumbing fields. By engaging with them in this manner, we are able to develop a relationship with them and assist them in receiving necessary services such as counseling, substance abuse rehabilitation, access to healthcare, and so on in a more dignified manner. Aside from that, it's a well-known fact that street people know the most about their city. We will train them to be tour guides for tourists who are visiting Kuala Lumpur. They will design and craft these walking tours, and I guarantee that they will be unlike any other organization's offerings. This means you will get a whole new perspective and see new sights in Kuala Lumpur that you might not have seen otherwise. As you can see, it is not difficult to assist in the reduction of our country's homeless population. Let's take a look at what might happen if you choose to donate to our organizations and what might happen if you don't. Your contribution benefits both the homeless and our country. If you donate to our organizations, you will be able to help homeless people live their dream lives while also contributing to our country. The homeless would have a stable job, a source of income, and most likely a nice place to live. On the other hand, our country could reduce the number of homeless people, which would attract more tourists and as a result, boost our economy. The issue arises when you think about assisting the homeless but never do anything about it. No one would be aware of your wishes and no homeless people would be assisted. As a result, more people will be waiting for assistance and our country will continue to have a large number of homeless people. Donating to our organizations, as you can see, can be one of the most important decisions you ever make and the greatest gift you could ever give. As the conclusion, I have told you about the rising number of homeless people as a result of the pandemic, how they can get their homeless status changed, and how your donation benefits the homeless in our country. So, I would like to ask you some questions. What if the person sleeping alongside the roads was someone you cared about? Imagine if you had a brother or sister who had unexpectedly declared bankruptcy and had nothing but a piece of clothes to wear that day. They lacked the courage to tell you because they didn't want to burden you. But one day on your way back home, you noticed someone who looked familiar sitting alongside the road, begging for money from passers-by, and it turns out that he or she was one of your siblings. What did you think after seeing that? I will leave you with a brief message from Max Martini, where it said, when passers-by ignore homeless people, they don't know if that was a man or woman in uniform previously. They should not be invisible, they cannot be ignored. That's all from me. I hope you can reconsider my proposal. Thank you for giving me a chance to meet you.